shoulders are starting to hurt.
February 10th, 3:36 p.m.
Let me just stretch my neck a little bit.
Dog, quiet, please. Abby, do you hear me? He stopped barking. Now then, before we proceed any further, I'm going to announce the results of the test we had performed earlier.
Tests?
Yes, tests on the bloody dagger that was found stuck in the pine tree.
Oh yeah, that! I totally forgot about it. That's the weapon that Maya Fey used when she fought with the victim. So what are the results? Was it the victim's blood, or...
Due to time constraints, a full test wasn't possible. However, there's one thing we can say with certainty. The blood that was on this dagger was not the victim's blood.
So have we learned that the killer has a different blood type than the victim?
That is all. Now then, let's restart this trial. Let's get right into it. Okay, I'll let the dog in.
Oh.
Just a second.
Yeah, do you want to come up on my bed?
Hey, Dad.
Go on my bed.
Where's Dad?
He wants to sit on your lap.
Okay.
Oh.
You can sit on my lap and watch the trial if you want.
It's Batman.
It's Batman. I don't know if he's very better.
There he is. Oh.
The Batman.
Oh, now Reggie.
Now Reggie wants in.
So it wasn't Misty's blood on the dagger. Then whose was it?
I'm sure both the defense and the prosecution know this, but this trial is rapidly coming to a close.
He's cleaning his face with his wrist.
Aw. Both sides will need to show some firm evidence with their claims.
I understand, Your Honor. From what I've heard, the witness is dangerously weak, physically speaking. So let's finish this quickly. Agreed.
The witness also has a rehearsal to get to. Very well. Please bring in the last witness.
Witness, please tell us your name and profession.
Maya Fey. My profession is, I'm the assistant manager at Wright & Co. Law Offices.
Maya.
According to the magazine I have here, you're a spirit medium of the Quran channeling technique. I'm frightened. The Fey clan. I don't want any more to do with it.
Oh, Maya. The pain the Fey bloodline causes must be unbearable.
Very well. Now then, Miss Fey. When the event occurred, you were in the garden of the inner temple. And you witnessed the moment of Miss Elise Donim's murder. Is this correct? I didn't see any...
Objection! Straighten up this instant, young lady.
Huh?
Pick your head up and speak clearly. There's always time for crying later.
But
Your mother was killed right in front of your eyes. There's nothing you can do to change that fact. But there's something you can do. You can finish this. You've been watching the whole thing, right? You've seen the witnesses come out and you've seen us squeeze the truth out of them. Now it's your turn. Let's hear your testimony. On the night of the crime, what exactly did you see happen?
Witness, if you please. Yes, Your Honor. I was passing through the garden on the way to a spare prep room when it happened. Suddenly, someone struck me over the head. I stumbled and ended up against the stone lantern. I think I screamed, "Help me!" Then something warm splashed over me. That's when I lost consciousness. So you were struck on the head. I suppose it must have been this staff.
Maya, the person who hit you. Oh no, he wants to go out. It was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it? Does she know who that is?
I'm sorry, Nick. I couldn't see. I don't know who it was.
Maya, think hard.
Sorry, Nick, but I really couldn't.
Huh. Can't say it was an especially good night for young ladies to be walking around alone.
It seems that it will be hard to determine the criminal through testimony alone. Very well then, Mr. Wright. Please begin your cross-examination. Maya, hang in there. She doesn't look well at all. I was passing through the garden on the way to a spare prep room when it happened. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have to press now.
So something warm splashed over you?
Yeah. Hold it. You don't mean... Was it...
I didn't know it at the time, but... I think it was probably blood.
Is she saying that's when Miss Dunham, who was channeling Dahlia, was stabbed in the back by the killer?
At that moment, I was paralyzed with fear. I was just sitting there in the snow. I'm sure blood got on everything around me. Okay.
What happened afterwards?
My attacker was in front of me, blocking off my escape. I think.
You think?
After getting hit like that, I was in a state of panic. There were only two things rolling around in my mind at the time. Well now, this is beginning to get interesting.
So what were the two things rolling around in your mind?
My name is Maya Fey. 1 + 1 = 2. You see, for some crazy reason, I was afraid I was going to lose my memory. I know it's odd considering my life was in danger, but that's how it was. That's not odd at all. Your actions are understandable given the circumstances. So, well, what did you do then? I think I screamed, "Help me!"
You think you screamed, but you're not sure?
Listen, I was a complete wreck. It was dark and I couldn't see my attacker. Was it a man, a woman, an adult, a child? I had no idea. I was scared out of my wits. Believe me, my dear, I'm certain I would have soiled my robes.
All right.
I thought this person might attack me, so I... Anyway, I'm pretty sure I screamed. I thought that was my last hope.
Oh, wow. It sounds like poor little Maya really was out of her mind. But I wonder what she meant by last hope. What do I do? Do I press her for more details?
I mean...
Yeah.
She said what she screamed.
Wait a minute, Maya. What's this my last hope stuff?
What? What do you mean by your last hope?
No. That's what you said. You said my last hope.
What? I said what?
Look, you were facing an attacker that you couldn't see, and you screamed, right? You screamed, "Help me!"
Yeah.
But you testified that you screamed that because you thought it was your last hope.
Oh, well, that's like, what do you call it when that happens?
Maya's not doing so well up there.
Oh, yeah, oh, that's right. I remember now. I was facing my attacker, but that's not who I was screaming at.
What did you just say?
Yeah, that's right. It was the person behind my attacker that I was yelling at. That's who I was screaming to for help. Ah!
What is it now?
I messed up. I didn't mean to let that slip out.
Huh? Oh, Maya.
But witness, are you absolutely sure of what you're saying? Behind the attacker, there was another person. I meant to keep that part a secret. What have I
takes a ton of pressure to make a diamond. That's what I always say.
A ton of pressure?
You're in a court of law here. You can't make things up or try to hide things in this chamber.
Witness, the information you just presented is vital to the case. I want you to add it to your testimony. I could see a man behind my attacker by the light of the stone lantern.
A man? Who was this man?
Well, you see, I couldn't see.
You couldn't see? She's used to this. She's used this excuse twice now.
Well, you know, lantern light isn't very bright. Lantern light, did you say?
Wait a minute.
There's a great big stone lantern in the garden. They always light it when an acolyte is there for training. Hey, you know what they say. Under the lantern, darkness reigns. So, I could see the person that was further away, but not my attacker, who was closer. Plus, there weren't any other light sources in the garden at the time.
So...
And something... Okay.
Yeah.
By the light of the stone lantern, yeah.
Present. Is that people asking where you are? Or?
No. They're not expecting me. I might show up anyway, though.
So there was a man standing behind your attacker?
Yeah.
That man, he's the killer. He stabbed her from behind. He's the one who killed Elise Dunim, otherwise known as Misty Faye, your mother.
The killer!
Maya, you know who killed your mother, don't you?
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright?
To be frank, Your Honor, I think she is in shock and quite confused. That's why she hasn't noticed the huge problem with her testimony.
Huh? What do you mean? What problem?
Maya, on the night of the crime, that stone lantern was out of commission.
Huh? What?
It's true. There was no light anywhere in the garden that night.
No! Order in the court. Mr. Godo, explain this.
Add the pureness of milk to the perfect clear darkness of coffee. Stir. That is the state of the witness's mind right now. A cup of cafe au lait.
Au lait.
Au lait.
Cafe au lait.
I don't know French.
Cafe au lait? Is that even legal?
What? Mr. Trite's words are the milk, and you are the spoon. Your Honor.
I'm a spoon. I'm no spoony bard, I'll have you know.
You must have noticed it too, Trite. This witness's mental state is highly unstable right now. It's not hard to understand why she would make a little mistake like that. Objection. Sorry, but that's not going to cut it. What did you say? If there truly was no light in the garden, then there's a fatal contradiction in the witness's last bit of testimony.
Nick.
May I?
Maya.
No.
Maya.
No. Recall the witness's statement about her attacker. She said that she didn't know if it was a man or a woman, an adult or a child. And yet, the witness could describe a person that was standing behind her attacker, and she quite clearly described him as a man. In other words, that would have to mean that Maya actually saw our mystery person, despite it being so dark that she couldn't see the face of her own attacker.
No! Order! What in the world does this all mean, Mr. Wright? Are you saying Miss Faye saw the real killer under pitch black conditions?
Okay, thank you.
You can leave. Do you want to be in here or not? He says no. I will leave. Are you saying Miss Faye saw the real killer under pitch black conditions?
Trite, do you have any idea what you're proposing? How could she have seen in the dark? There was no other light source at the scene. There are some things that you can only see in the dark, Mr. Godo. Maya, you did see who the killer was in the dark, and now you're trying to cover for him.
Cover? For the man that killed her mother?
There's only one conclusion I can draw from this. You know who this man is.
Please, Nick. I don't know anything. Please, I'm begging you.
Huh. You talk a good game, Trite, but let's see if you can walk the walk. It was pitch black, so what could the witness see? I'm calling your bluff.
No, Nick, don't. Please, stop.
Maya is dead set on protecting this guy. The man who murdered Maya's long-lost mother. But I can't let him get away with it. I'm a lawyer, an officer of the court. I'm here to find the truth.
All right, Mr. Wright. Time to show us what you've got. Who was this person that you say Miss Faye saw in the darkness? Is it time?
I think so.
Glowy light. He's shrouded in mystery, but his light is...
Because it was
glow.
pitch black, Miss Faye was able to recognize the killer easily. I'm sure the court would like to see for itself how this is possible, yes?
What? But how do you propose to show us something like that?
It's easy. We just need to recreate the conditions of that night.
Conditions?
Your Honor, the defense officially requests that all the lights in this courtroom be turned off.
What? This is... But it can't be.
Huh. That was a nice bit of deduction. Try. Well, everyone, this is the man Maya saw on the night of the murder!
Order! Prosecutor Godo, what is the meaning of this? Surely you must be shocked to hear yourself accused of such a thing. Why aren't you denying it?
Ha! Your Honor, you're asking the wrong person.
What do you mean by that?
If you've got a question, ask the witness. That's one of my rules. Well, Maya, how about it? What you saw that night? Was it 3 glowing red lights?
Well, witness, answer the question. You're wrong. I never saw that.
Maya!
I thought the person that stabbed my mother was a man for a totally different reason.
What?
Witness, Mr. Wright, what the...
Stop your chattering, Your Honor.
Chattering?
If it's worth asking, ask the witness. That's one of my rules.
I was different. You said a different rule.
I have multiple rules.
What? All right.
That's why they're rules and not a rule.
Well then, let's continue with the testimony. Please tell us how you knew the killer was a man. Yes,
Okay,
Your
Maya.
Honor. I didn't realize it until after I woke up, but... When I came to, I was just lying there on the training hall floor. By the time I got back to the garden, the place had totally changed. The torches were lit, and the body was gone. And all of the snow around the stone lantern had been carefully cleaned up, too. Since the person did all that work alone, I just assumed it was a man. So it was after the crime took place that the witness came to think the killer was a man? Yes, that's right. I'm sorry, Your Honor. No need to apologize. It's as Mr. Godo said. You're utterly exhausted. It's only natural that you would be a little confused. Also, if you consider the situation you described, it doesn't seem too much of a stretch to assume the culprit was a man.
I would have also assumed the culprit was a man.
Mr. Wright, proceed with your cross-examination.
This is clearly a crime that was committed by a man.
When I came to, I was just lying there on the training hall floor.
The torches were lit. Body gone.
So...
Yes.
I don't see...
That's true. So you're saying the killer cleaned up the snow? It did look really odd. The snow was removed in an unnatural-looking rectangular shape around the lantern.
There were a lot of shovels around the inner temple, but they're all really heavy. Way too heavy for me to use. An odd fellow indeed, the killer. Why on earth would anyone want to take snow away?
Well, there's one thing I can think of.
He's like the Grinch.
No. Didn't you say that a lot of the victim's blood sprayed onto the snow?
Yeah. The area I collapsed in ended up being splattered.
In other words, the killer's purpose was to hide the bloody snow. I think that's the most reasonable explanation.
Perhaps. However, there's something that's bothering me. It's really funny to try and steal snow just to keep it. There's something that's bothering me. If the killer just wanted to hide the snow with blood on it, there was no need to remove that amount.
That's true. He could have scooped up just the snow that was stained with blood.
It looks like there are some mysteries behind this issue. But I think this will help explain them. Since the person did all that work alone, I just assumed it was a man.
Yeah, Well, press the last one. So, you're saying that you never saw the killer, right?
Yeah.
But earlier you very clearly stated that you saw a man behind your attacker.
Nick, I'm sorry.
The killer certainly went through a lot of trouble. Moving the body by pendulum, manipulating the crime scene? But for what purpose? Why do all of that? Maybe Maya knows more than she's letting on. Yeah, okay, so... Naturally, the killer must have done it, right?
I don't know how to say so.
Yes, I think so.
But why would the killer tamper with the crime scene like that? There must have been something that the killer desperately wanted to hide.
I don't know.
It looks like she doesn't have enough confidence. I think I need to gather some more information before I ask her again.
Okay, so we have to press everything and then press that.
So you lost consciousness when you were in the garden, is that right?
Yes, I think it happened when the victim was stabbed.
So then the person that carried you into the inner temple...
It could only have been the killer.
It's true.
That's what I think too.
So the killer carried Maya to the inner temple.
By the time I got back to the garden, the place had totally changed.
The torches were lit?
Yes, that's how I noticed that the whole scene had changed.
I'm going to say it was the killer who lit the torches. I mean, who else could it be?
The killer probably lit them since it'd be impossible to do any cover-up work in the dark. However, if that's true, there's one thing that still bothers me. Why did the killer go to the effort of moving the body?
That's true. It's hard to see how that would be of any advantage to the killer. The only one who would gain anything from that would be... the only person that was at the inner temple. Maya.
Very well. Let me hear some more about the condition of the crime scene. And all of the snow around the stone lantern had been carefully cleaned up too.
Yeah. Naturally, the killer must have done it, right?
Yes, I think so.
But why would the killer tamper with the crime scene like that? There must have been something that the killer desperately wanted to hide.
The truth is, when I saw the crime scene, I felt something.
You did?
Yes. I felt like the killer was hiding the evidence for me. For my sake. What? Hiding it for you? Everyone knew that I was the only one at the inner temple that night. If Sister Bikini had come back and looked at the garden...
She may have thought that you had done it.
No, she definitely would have thought so. And you're saying that's why the killer cleaned up the crime scene to make it look like nothing had happened? Yes, I'm sure of it. Well, that's certainly an important piece of information. I want you to add that to your testimony. Yes, Your Honor.
If it was for your sake, why wouldn't they have cleaned up,
The body of Elise Donan was carried all the way to Hazakura Temple's courtyard. Then, at the garden, the real scene of the crime, the snow that we suspect was covered in blood was scooped up and removed. It's reasonable to believe all this was done in an attempt to hide the true crime scene. However, there's still one matter that seems somewhat odd. Oh, and what would that be? You must have figured it out by now, Mr. Goto. It's the message written in blood on the lantern. It was written very clearly on the white stone lantern. Maya. If the killer was so motivated to protect Maya from suspicion, then why didn't they wipe the writing off the lantern?
Oh, you're right. Order. But, Mr. Wright, isn't it a fact that the killer was trying to cover up the crime scene?
Indeed, but it doesn't make much sense to move the body and remove the bloody snow, then not wipe up the most incriminating thing of all, the bloody writing. Objection. But if that's the case, do you have an explanation for the killer's mysterious behavior? Why would this killer move the body and remove all that snow, but then leave the bloody writing on the lantern? I don't know what the killer's plan was, but it's a fact that the killer left the writing on the lantern. There must be a reason for it.
Well then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your opinion. Why did the killer leave the message written in blood on the lantern?
The killer didn't notice it.
Prosecutor Goto, earlier in this trial, you gave me some good advice. Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth. Maybe you're not as dumb as I thought. The real killer wanted to disguise the fact that a crime had occurred there. If that's the case, they wouldn't have left the bloody writing on the stone lantern on purpose. Therefore, it must mean that they didn't notice it.
But that doesn't make any sense. The torches were all lit and everything. There's no way any normal person would miss something as glaring as that.
You're right. There is no way any normal person would.
What? What are you trying to say, Mr. Wright?
There's only one person involved in this incident who could have missed seeing the bloody writing altogether.
And who would that be? Who is the person that could have failed to notice the bloody writing?
Mr. Goto, this is what you said yesterday. My eyesight is pretty messed up. Even with these huge goggles on my head, I still can't see everything.
You can't see everything. Is that correct, Mr. Goto?
This lantern was submitted as evidence today. I would like the court to think back to the moment it was first presented.
This lantern, there's something written on it. Why, it's written in blood.
Nonsense! This lantern, it's as clean as a whistle. Mr. Goto, just admit it. There are certain colors you can't see, correct? You can't see red on a white background, can you? That's right. We went through this once before, during the poisoning case at Tribulations. This is the apron the delightful Miss Bird was wearing at the time, and somehow spilled coffee on.
There's something still bothering me, Mr. Godo. Why have you not explained the blood stain to the court?
Bloodstain? What bloodstain would that be?
Don't play games, prosecutor. The blood-colored stain that smeared all over the apron.
That's ridiculous! No one told me anything about a bloodstain! You could see the coffee on the white apron, but you couldn't see the ketchup because it was red. Ha! It's strange. In a black and white photo, those letters would have appeared black to me. I wonder, why am I the only one who can't see them?
So then, Mr. Godo, are you admitting it? Are you admitting that you can't see the red writing on the lantern?
Hey, Gramps, didn't you know? That's the reason why I don't drink red tea.
I didn't know. Thank you for telling me.
Fill me up. Thank you. I wasn't sure about it until now, but... I just can't believe it. Prosecutor Godo is the murderer! But there's no going back now. I've finally figured out the truth. Mr. Godo, the defense at this time formally accuses you. You are the murderer of Miss Elise Dunham, also known as Miss Misty Fey.
It's hard to believe this may be true. However, once again, Mr. Wright has brought up a disquieting fact about you.
Huh. And just make sure you don't fill out the indictment in red ink, Gramps. Come on. How does a little graffiti make me into the killer?
The only one who couldn't have noticed it.
Besides, it's not like it's my name that's written there. Objection! I'm certain that the killer wasn't able to see the color red. This is rich. Go on, Trite. The answer is right there at the crime scene. In the snow.
The snow? How so?
Well, for example, why did the killer move all that snow? Your Honor, you said it yourself. If he wanted to hide the bloody snow, why not take out just that area?
Yes, why didn't he take just that area? Ah! Could it be?
Yes, the killer couldn't see the red blood that had seeped into the snow. And so he had to remove all of the snow. He couldn't be sure of where the blood had landed, so he removed the whole area. Objection. Isn't it more likely that the killer couldn't see the blood because it was dark? Not a chance. The torches were all lit. He would have been able to see just fine.
It seems that once again this trial has taken an unexpected turn, to say the least. Can you explain this, Mr. Godo?
Oh.
Hold it! Wait just a minute!
Maya!
What is it, witness? Mr. Godo isn't the killer. After all, he didn't even come to the inner temple. Until 2 days after the murder took place. He didn't show up until after that old bridge got fixed up.
Objection, Maya. You can't testify to something like that.
Why? What do you mean? I may not look it, but I'm...
After the murder happened, you didn't even exist.
She didn't? I'm afraid I don't follow.
Are you senile, old man? We
Jesus
established
Christ.
this just a little while ago.
Everyone makes fun
After
of
the
me
murder,
because I'm old.
this witness was unconscious for a long time. Because she was channeling Dahlia Hawthorne.
Oh, that's right. Please, Your Honor, let me add to my testimony. Nick, please listen to me.
Maya, do you plan to cover for Godo no matter what the cost? If that's the case, then I've got no choice. Your Honor, let's hear her testimony. If it means we are going to hear the whole truth, I say we should not silence her. Ha, nicely done, right?
Very well. Let's hear the witness's testimony. Please tell us what happened at the inner temple after the murder. Yes, sir. After I woke up, I began channeling and my spirit left me, as it were. But little Pearlie was there at the inner temple, too. Pearlie was also stuck on the inner temple side that night. The next morning, she looked around but couldn't find anyone. The next day, when the bridge was finally fixed, she was in the spare prep room. That's when Mr. Goto arrived at the inner temple for the first time. He found Pearlie first and cheered her right up. Who is this Pearlie? That's my little cousin, Pearl Faye. So when did you hear about this? Oh, just a while ago, when I was in the medical office. I'm terribly sorry, but what you heard from someone else is simply not admissible as testimony. What? Come on! Pearlie would never tell a lie. She's a way more honest person than I'll ever be.
Real smart, Maya. You always know the best things to say when you're under oath. Ha! The prosecution has no objection. We believe the witness.
Mr. Goto.
Let's just move on to the cross-examination, if the defense has no objections.
This is highly unusual, but... Well, Mr. Wright...
Well, let's get this cross-examination started.
Pearlie was also stuck on the inner temple side that night. She looked around, but she couldn't find anyone. When the bridge was finally fixed, she was in the spare prep room.
I mean, this is the part that seems to mostly matter.
I mean, what?
We don't know yet. We don't know. We have to press. All right, just all of it?
Yeah.
So where did you think Pearl slept that night?
In the spare prep room next to the training hall, I guess. There's a rule that you can't enter the training hall during an acolyte's training. But even so, why did she go to the inner temple in the first place?
It seems that Pearls became very worried about Maya.
She knew that the spiritual training I was about to undergo was very intense.
Pearls was supposed to channel Dahlia Hawthorne, but she couldn't do it. That's why she headed to the inner temple. However, Dahlia Hawthorne was already there, possessing the body of Elise Dunim.
The next morning, she looked around but couldn't find anyone.
She searched the entire inner temple site end to end?
Well, you see, Pearlie gets pretty scared when she's alone.
I would too.
And there weren't that many places to look. She says that she even went back and forth several times.
The inner temple site has two structures, the training hall and a spare prep room.
And there's also a storage shack, I think. That's about it.
There was a storage shack too? Pearls was looking for other people, right? Would she have really examined a storage shack all that carefully?
Well, if it was me, that would be the first place I would investigate. So that means it's possible that someone may have been hiding in the storage shack.
Well, we don't know that she didn't look there.
The next day when the bridge was finally fixed, she was in the spare prep room.
Pearls didn't hear the sound of them working on the bridge?
What do you mean?
I was just wondering why she would stay in the prep room. If it was me, I'd at least go out and wait at the foot of the bridge.
Oh, well, Pearlie said she was sleeping at the time. She said she was so scared during the night that she couldn't sleep well and woke up a bunch of times. Poor little girl, all alone like that.
Well, we know that she had at least one friend in the sacred cavern. Dahlia Hawthorne was busy battling with the trick lock. She couldn't let anyone see her, so she wouldn't have shown herself to Pearls. What happened after the bridge was finally fixed?
That's when Mr. Goto arrived at the inner temple for the first time.
So it was your first time on the inner temple side, Mr. Goto? That's funny. Am I imagining things, or did the defense ask me a question?
Mr. Wright, please save your questions for the witness who doesn't know shit about any of this.
What you heard from someone else is simply not admissible as testimony. Those are your words, Your Honor.
Touche, Mr. Wright. Oh well, what do you have to say, Mr. Godo?
Hot nights and even hotter coffee. That's what I always say. If it hadn't have been for this case, I never would have visited there. A freezing cold temple in the mountains? I think I'll pass. So we had never visited Okay. You want to say something, Trine? In any case, I have to find a crack in Godo's armor. Well, I cross-examine Maya, that is.
Very well. Please go on with your testimony. After fixing the bridge, the policeman came over to the inner temple side, right? Yes. Then Mr. Godo... He found Pearlie first and cheered her right up. She wasn't cheered up.
Well,
I don't think that's evidence, but she seemed pretty down when we talked to Larry.
Cheered her up?
Well, that's what Pearlie said. She said he was a very nice older gentleman. Thank you for looking after my cousin, Mr. Godo. And here I was thinking you were nothing more than a coffee addict.
Cut it out. You're making me blush. This guy is really beginning to get on my nerves, in more ways than one. The truth is, there aren't that many places to look on the inner temple side. The policemen were all busy going over the garden with fine-tooth combs, so I decided to carry out an investigation in my own way. Godo style.
I'm the same way. I like to hand down verdicts in my own way. Judge style.
Maybe I should ask some questions. Phoenix style.
What's your investigation?
Yeah. You said that you conducted an investigation of your own. Did you find anything? It looks like my investigation went about as well as yours, Trite. After all, I did miss the bloody writing on the lantern. Well, I didn't miss it, so speak for yourself, Goggles. The only odd thing I discovered was the beauty in the training hall. Beauty? Misty Fey, naturally. Clad in her stunning Japanese garb, surrounded by the hue and aroma of Western tastes. Western tastes? Could he find a stranger way to describe gravy?
How did he know it was Misty Fey?
So from there you headed for the prep room?
Wait a sec. What did Godo say just now? I think I just found his proverbial weak spot. There's only one thing of any importance here. Where was Godo when the murder was taking place? He must have already been at the inner temple when it happened. Otherwise, he couldn't have killed at least Dunim. Yeah, what are you gonna... No.
You arrived at the inner temple for the first time.
Yeah, do we have anything
we just
that...
present that
You
her
can try
image
it.
is obscured by
We have
gravy so
plenty of
you
help.
wouldn't know?
Okay. Mr. Godo, the first time you crossed Dusky Bridge and went into the inner temple was long before the murder took place.
Why do you say that?
Because he just made one fatal slip-up. The hanging scroll in the training hall.
Hanging scroll. But Mr. Godo is right. That scroll shows a picture of my mother.
Maya, I know you know who it is, but here's something you didn't know. By the time the bridge had been repaired, 2 days after the murder, the hanging scroll in the training hall looked like this.
What's that wonderfully delicious smell?
The morning after the crime, someone covered it with gravy.
Gravy? But why gravy, Nick?
Because gravy was much more than a condiment to the culprit. Well, Mr. Godo, if you really hadn't seen the hanging scroll until after the murder, you wouldn't have had any way of knowing that it was Misty Fey.
Wait a minute, Nick.
Yes?
Take another look at the hanging scroll. Look, at the top. There's a crest there.
Ah, that. It's the mark of the master, correct?
Exactly. So, if you know the meaning of the mark, then you could guess that it was a picture of Misty Fey on there.
True, but but Mr. Godo described what was underneath like this. Clad in her stunning Japanese garb, surrounded by the hue and aroma of Western tastes.
Oh.
Yes, it's possible that he knew what the crest meant. However, he couldn't have known that she was wearing Japanese clothing.
I think he could have guessed.
He said it specifically, though.
Yeah.
Mr. Godo, on the day of the murder, you were hiding at the inner temple long before the crime took place. Can I just ask you one little thing, Trey? What is it? This whole theory of yours, it all rests on a certain assumption. That I knew beforehand that a crime was going to be committed.
That's right. Otherwise, there's no reason for him to sneak onto the crime scene.
Of course Mr. Godo knew about the plan.
Huh? What did you say? Is it really possible that another person knew of that plan?
Wow.
Opened once before.
This crime was actually planned over a year ago. Morgan Fay authored the plan for her daughter's future, and these instructions were hidden somewhere in Fay Manor for a year. However... Oh, they don't...
The chat doesn't want to go.
They had already been unsealed.
Unsealed?
Yes, the killer had read these instructions long before Pearls ever found them. That's how he knew the crime was to take place at the inner temple. And you still insist this crafty killer is me? You bet I do. But you just said the instructions were hidden.
That's right. Mr. Godo couldn't have known where the instructions were hidden.
You're being too crass.
If he really wanted to know, he had one great chance to find out.
Yes, and when was that?
During a visit.
A visit?
Morgan Fay told her daughter Pearl about where the instructions were hidden. During one of her visits to the detention center. That would be the only time for someone to have learned where they were hidden.
Eavesdropping on a visit to the detention center?
Yes, it could be arranged if you were someone with easy access in and out of there. Like, for example, a prosecutor such as Mr. Godo.
Order! Mr. Godo, you're under fire again!
This murder could not have been carried out without prior knowledge. And you were the only one that could have acquired this information before the murder. Humans are afraid of the dark. And yet, at the same time, we're fascinated and bewitched by it. Maybe that's why humans drink the darkness that is coffee. Sorry for always asking, but what does that mean? It means there's a reason for everything. According to your theory, the killer in this case eavesdropped on a conversation during a jail visit where he learned of a hidden plan for a crime. After discovering the plans, he hid in the inner temple and waited for the crime to occur. Then he ultimately took a person's life. And he did all of that just to protect this witness? That's right. If you're accusing me of this crime, I have to ask you, why would I do this? This girl is nothing but a stranger to me. I've got no reason to go through that kind of trouble to protect her. I am what you see. I am certainly not the type to rescue the damsel in distress.
The killer's behavior is certainly extreme, for lack of a better word. Even considering that the killer wanted to protect this witness's life, his behavior is still a little too unnatural.
Objection! However, you had a good reason, didn't you, Mr. Godo? An unshakable reason that forced you to protect this witness at all costs.
I knew it. You figured it out, haven't you, Nick?
Maya, I guess you were doing your best to cover for Godo. For the same reason, huh? Okay, Trite. I'm all ears. Let's hear it. It's very simple. Maya Fey is a lot more than just a stranger to you.
What's this?
There's one person who lies at the very center of this whole story. One person that ties you and Maya Fey together inextricably. There's a very good reason why Maya Fey's life is so precious to you. After all, she is Mia Fey's only sister. Mia Fey. You once worked alongside her. That was when you were a defense attorney.
Wait a second here. Mr. Gordo is a defense attorney?
With your Honor's piercing intellect, you must have figured it out by now.
Yes.
The real name of this man who calls himself Godo.
What is it?
His real name is Diego Armando.
Armando. I knew that.
Isn't that right? The last time someone called me by that name was over 6 years ago.
Diego Armando. I knew that.
It should, Your Honor. All of this is related to a single case. A case in which a convict named Terry Falls killed himself. Mia Fey's first time in court, the tragic outcome left a deep wound in her heart. She knew that behind it all was a heartless, scheming demoness in disguise. But in the end, Mia couldn't tear off that disguise. However, there was one man who reached out to help her. Diego Armando, a senior defense attorney at the law office where Mia worked.
It's my fault. It's all my fault that Mr. Falls killed himself.
Mia, you can't cry yet.
Ah!
The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over. I was moved by her, the way she put all her faith in her clients, that pure, sweet heart of hers. That's why I could never forgive Dahlia Hawthorne. Mia and I thoroughly investigated that fake kidnapping incident. Then one fateful day, Dahlia wanted to meet with me. It had been 6 months since the trial. We met in the courthouse cafeteria.
Ah, I just remembered. 6 years ago, right here in this courthouse, you were poisoned.
Even I didn't see it coming. Dahlia Hawthorne slipped some poison into my coffee.
Some newspapers at the time called it a murder, but very little information about the case was released to the press.
But you weren't dead at all. No official reports ever actually called it a murder. I was just in a deep, deep coma. I see. My body shut down and my life became nothing but a long, deep sleep. That woman's poisoned in a number of my central nervous system. I lost my sight, and all of my hair turned white due to the damage it caused.
That's terrible.
Apparently it was a miracle that I ever regained consciousness. 5 years had passed since I drank that poisoned brew. And one morning, my eyes flew open from the smell of a doctor's cup of coffee.
They should have tried that sooner.
5 years? You were asleep for 5 years?
And the worst possible news was waiting for me. Mia Fey was dead. From the very moment I opened my eyes, I had already lost everything I thought I had. The woman I loved had been murdered, and the woman I loathed had been sentenced to death.
The woman you loathed?
The woman who had spiked my scalding hot coffee. Dahlia Hawthorne. Ah, good old Mia. She didn't let me down. She got her revenge before she checked out. In the end, there wasn't anyone waiting for me when I woke up.
That's so sad.
For someone like me, for someone who had slept away their best days, There were only 2 reasons left to live. And it was for those 2 reasons that I decided to become a prosecutor. If I may ask, what were your 2 reasons to live? The first was you, Trite. Huh? Me? If I hadn't drank that stupid poison, Mia Fey never would have died, much less the way she did. You were the only one who was there to protect her, but you let her die. It was all your fault. It wasn't like that. I wanted to see for myself what kind of a man you really were.
So that's why you became a prosecutor?
My other reason for living? She goes by the name of Mia Fey.
Huh? You mean me?
You were the only way I could make up for the sin of not saving Mia. 1 year ago, when the Karine Village incident was resolved, it was obvious that Morgan Fey was planning something. Whatever her evil plan was, I was determined to stop it. My role as a prosecutor put me in the perfect position to do something about her. That's how you overheard Pearl's visit with Morgan at the detention center. I knew that the time was drawing near. Since I knew the plan, I thought I could foil it. My goal was to outwit the plan. I thought if I could do that, I could keep that girl from being caught up in it. And that makes sense. If Pearls had known that the actual purpose of the plan was to kill Maya, she never would have helped out.
Maybe you should have just told her instead of doing this whole weird plot. Just go to Pearl. Hey, by the way, this whole thing is a plot to kids are playing.
Finally, the day of the plan was drawing near. I contacted both of my accomplices.
Accomplices?
Iris of Hazakura Temple and Misty Fey. I especially needed the help of Iris. She was to take the fall in my backup plan in case we couldn't control Pearl Fey.
But how did you contact my mother? She had been missing for almost 20 years.
Officially, yes.
What? What do you mean officially?
You've heard about it, haven't you? About the strong ties between the main family and the government. Now that you mention it, Bikini did say something to that effect. She said that the Master of Karine had great authority. Even without her official position, Misty Fey still wielded great influence. The police have been keeping an eye on her movements all this time. That's how I was able to contact her. Again, because of my position as a prosecutor.
So my mother was cooperating with you?
Don't ever forget, no matter how far away from you she was, she never stopped thinking about you.
She was always...
That's why I knew she would do anything to protect you. If you want to know how strong her resolve to protect you was, look at her staff.
Her staff? The one with the sword in it?
The day the plan was to be carried out arrived soon enough. We met for the first time at Hazakura Temple. That's when your mother showed me her special staff.
Check this out.
I realized it then, just how far she was willing to go. She was ready to use that sword to protect you from Morgan Fey, if necessary. Yes, even if it meant paying the ultimate price.
Mother...
She didn't
That
have
night,
to, though.
the night of the crime,
She didn't have to pay the ultimate price.
there was
Maybe
just
you
one
told
way
someone.
to stop Morgan's evil plan. You mean Pearls, don't you?
Maybe you should have gone, hey, Pearls.
We had to make sure she didn't channel Dahlia Hawthorne.
Maybe you could have gone to her and been like, hey, don't
So
channel
I'm
Dahlia."
explaining.
Well, Pearl, what are you going to do
Oh
tonight?
man, my finger hurts from gripping the mug.
Well,
If you'd like, you can come to my room. Perhaps we can read some books together.
We thought we could prevent her from playing her part in Morgan's plan. But she never showed up.
Yeah, if he opened the letter first, couldn't he have just taken it?
Yup. Yup.
God damn it, man. There was just so many ways you could have...
she was worried and followed me to the inner temple.
That was the thing we were most afraid of. And that's why Misty Fey had to do the channeling herself. She channeled Dahlia Hawthorne into her own body.
Oh, what? What do you mean?
If she channeled the spirit first... More water, please. Then Pearls wouldn't be able to do it herself. As Master of Khura'in, Misty Faye's power was supreme. So that's how it went down. She channeled Dahlia Hawthorne so that Pearl Faye wouldn't be able to.
What? Is this true?
My role in the plan was to make sure no one was going to hurt Maya Faye.
So, you did
That's
a really
why
bad
I hid
job.
myself at the inner temple, just in case you needed to be saved from Dahlia Hawthorne. Godo. Anyway, that's all I'm going to admit to. Trey? Huh? There's no doubt about it. You're a great defense attorney, but you're going to have to do the rest yourself.
The background leading up to this incident has been laid bare. There's just one question remaining, Mr. Give me my water. Who possibly could have done it? There are only two possible suspects right now. Maya Faye, very suspicious. And I'm sad to say,
You're
Mr.
sad about
Godo,
that one?
It's probably not true, but we have to,
Oh, one sec, my neck. Well, Trey, if you're the real deal, then finish this thing once and for all. Show us beyond a shadow of a doubt that you can finish this on your own.
No, Nick! Please don't!
Maya.
I heard the whole thing from my sister in the medical office. That's why I have to protect Mr. Godo. I can't do it. I can't testify against him. After all, he's the man who put his life on the line to protect Mia. And me, too.
Maya, I know that. When did he put his life on the line to protect Mia?
He got poisoned when
That doesn't count.
It doesn't. And this also doesn't count.
Let's keep going.
Nick.
But even so, it doesn't absolve him of his crime. Please, Maya, testify.
I do want to say one thing. The
Yes.
judge was like, there are two suspects, Maya and Godo. Neither of them are the defendant. This trial should be over.
Miss Faye, your testimony, please.
This is the final testimony. Don't bother trying to hide anything, because I'll know. I want to hear the truth from your own lips.
I understand. I'm sure you're right. I'm ready now, Nick. All right, young lady. Tell us about the moments before you lost consciousness. What exactly happened at the time of the murder? Just before it happened, I think I saw some red lights. 3 of them.
Okay, well, yeah.
I thought I'd ask for help, but just then I was splattered with blood. She wasn't dead though, and she struck back at the enemy behind her. Suddenly, the red lights went out and the whole area was dark. Just at that moment, there was a horrible scream. Right after that, Dahlia collapsed and I lost consciousness.
These red lights. I thought you said you don't remember seeing them.
I'm sorry. I thought I saw them, but then they disappeared all of a sudden.
Ha! Things break, Trey. Even the best of theories. Who was it that stabbed Misty Faye? It looks like you still can't prove it. Maya's telling the truth this time. I know it. The rest is up to me.
Well then, Mr. Wright, proceed with your final cross-examination of the witness.
If you do this, you like twitches.
Yeah.
I like that. I always liked that when they did that at the doctor's office. They topped on my knee. I think it's fun. Lights shining in the dark? I don't think you could make a mistake about that.
Yeah, you're right. I think I saw them, but I can't say for certain. And I can't tell you for sure they were from Mr. Godo's mask either.
I don't get the feeling she's covering for him anymore, but just after that, you turned towards the lights and called for help. Is that because you thought the lights were coming from Mr. Goto's mask?
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe that's what I was thinking at the time. But I can't remember. After all, there was a person I couldn't identify in front of me.
Maya's life was in terrible danger at that time. There's no way she can remember the details of the scene perfectly. So what's something other than that we haven't heard yet?
She wasn't dead and she struck back at the enemy behind her.
Struck back? How do you know that?
Well, you're right. I didn't see it exactly, but I could tell by the sounds of their breathing and movement, and also the smell of blood. You have witnessed more horror than any young lady should ever have to in one life. So then, what did you do at that point? I couldn't move. I could just barely make out their shadows moving in the dark, but I had no idea what to do.
Could you still see the red lights you mentioned earlier?
Yes. I think so. But
Oh, your computer's running low on storage space?
suddenly, the red lights went out and the whole area was dark.
They went out?
Yes. Suddenly, I couldn't see them at all. What could it mean?
If the red lights were coming from Goto's mask, and they went out right in the middle of a fight,
Maybe the mask was damaged.
or maybe it was knocked off, or maybe the batteries ran out. Right, Tride?
Or maybe those little red pinhead-looking lights just stopped working.
What could have really happened then? Hmm.
Did I
Present
just say
that
it?
on the other one.
Did I just save or?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, I think it's maybe that on one of these two. I kind of think it's this one.
I mean, that's not an objection.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think it's the other one.
Yeah, if it was knocked off
Sorry.
by...
The
Maybe we should
dagger.
test the blood.
Nope.
No.
Yeah, I wasn't sure it was either of those, actually.
Frick.
Well, you can reload
I
now.
can't swear anymore, I guess.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh,
I said frick for some
because
reason.
you're Maya?
I don't know. I don't swear. She struck back at the enemy behind her. And then...
Okay, what's after that? Horrible scream. Yeah, press that. We might just be too early. What do you mean by just at that moment? Do you mean the moment when the red lights went out?
Yes, that's right.
The scream that you heard then, was it Dahlia Hawthorne?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it was a man's voice. What? So then that scream came from the killer?
That's gotta be it.
I think Dahlia Hawthorne must have taken the blade and attacked the killer with it. And then the killer let out a scream of pain, huh? After that, the killer stole the blade back and delivered the final blow, I guess.
Well, oh.
It seems to make sense to me.
It sounds like a reasonable deduction, but I still kind of wonder. There is a contradiction. I'm sorry to say this, but that interpretation would create an enormous contradiction.
That makes sense. After all, my deductions are almost certainly never correct.
Remember the testimony she just gave? Before the killer let out a scream, Maya said she had already been splattered by the victim's blood. In other words, the blade and the staff had already been plunged into the victim.
Ah! Is that right?
She couldn't have struck back with a sword that was already stuck in her body. The weapon that caused the killer to let out a scream must have been something other than the staff. If you're so sure about that, then don't keep us waiting any longer, trite. There's only one thing I can think of that could have been used as the weapon here. Now it's time to present
Okay.
it. If Dahlia Hawthorne had already been stabbed in the back by the staff, what could she have used to strike back at the killer? Naturally, the dagger the killer brought to the scene of the crime.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
This dagger was found at the crime scene, stuck into a pine tree. Yes, the detective found it this morning and brought it to me.
Definitely a pine tree.
Dahlia Hawthorne struck back at the killer with this, and she managed to wound him as well. Objection. Just because he let out a scream doesn't mean that he was wounded. For all we know, the blood of the dagger could have been from the victim. Have you forgotten that the blood has already been tested? Since we learned it wasn't the victim's blood, it must be the killer's blood. The killer must have a wound somewhere on his body.
So you're saying the blood on this dagger belongs to the killer?
Exactly. A DNA analysis of the blood would prove it beyond a shadow of a doubt. And yes, Mr. Goto, it would prove that it's your blood! Nice theory, Trite.
Order! Order in the court!
Is this the end? Have I done it? Even he won't be able to change the results of a scientific test. Ha! Let me ask you something, Trite. Let's just say that it turned out I was the killer. Do you really think I would be stupid enough to leave evidence like that? What? Just think for a second. This dagger was found this morning by a detective and brought to me. There was already blood on it, correct? But even so, I was the one who brought this dagger here to the courtroom.
Yes. What does that prove?
Well, if I really were the killer, I could have washed the blade off and then planted another person's blood on it. It can't be! In any case, there's one thing I can guarantee, Trite. That blood, it doesn't belong to me. Not a chance! What?
In any event, it seems to be established that the killer was wounded. All right then, witness. Continue your testimony. Wait a minute! What's the problem? I know I probably shouldn't say this, but there's a big contradiction in Nick's explanation.
Maya?
This dagger, you said that it wounded the killer?
That's right.
But, if Mr. Goto had really been cut with the dagger, his clothes should be bloody or have a rip in them, right?
Maya? Maybe he just changed his clothes? That'd solve the contradiction pretty easily.
What are you talking about? It's not that simple at all. Remember back to the day of the murder. Everyone that was on the inner temple side got trapped there. Ah, that's right. And once the bridge was fixed and the police headed for the inner temple...
No, I've got a problem. He didn't get any blood on him?
During that entire...
During that whole thing? No.
Mr. Goto was already there waiting for them. He never had a chance to change his clothes.
Ah!
Come on, we know it was him.
I know.
Come on.
Order in the car.
Well, maybe he brought a change of clothes with him.
But no one could have predicted the lightning strike that shut down the bridge. Why would anyone have brought a change of clothes?
Yeah, I guess that's true. But did the judge take smart pills during the last recess? Well then, maybe the killer took off his clothes before he committed the murder. That way he wouldn't get any blood on them. Objection. That's impossible, Trite. You know how cold it gets up there late at night. After a few minutes with no clothes on, you'd be frozen solid.
Maybe you're one of those guys, you do like a cold plunge or
Ah!
other kind of cold therapies.
Ha! So that's all you've got. I knew you weren't tough enough to finish this.
Ugh.
Sorry. Right now, if Mia Fey were here... she would have closed the book on this case already. If Mia Fey were here... So come on, Trite! Can you do it or not?
How about it, Mr. Wright? You've accused Mr. Goto of being the killer. But can you prove it? Have you got even one piece of evidence?
Got so many pieces of evidence.
The question isn't whether I can prove it or not. The fact is, I have to prove it. That's the only choice I have. I was taught that it's one of the rules of being a lawyer. I can prove it. I'm going to bring your magnificent vengeance to fruition, just as you want it. Ha, that's good. A fighter to the bitter end, Trite. Since there's just one piece of evidence that can prove your point, why don't we go for the ultimate penalty, the unlimited penalty? What are you doing? No, you can't do that. That's cheating. No, that's cheating. Are you trying to pressure me, Mr. Goto? Because it doesn't matter to me. I've got the one piece of evidence I need. Give me a break. You've got nothing, Trite. So what do I do at a time like this? It's simple. I've got to think outside the box and approach this from a different angle.
All right then, Mr. Wright. Let's hear what you've got.
There's one thing I've demonstrated in the previous cross-examination. The killer was wounded. That was proven by the blood on the dagger.
But we decided it was impossible for him to have hidden such a wound. If he had been cut by a dagger, there should have been a blood stain on his clothing.
There should have been a blood stain on his clothing either way.
There's one place the killer could have hidden his wound.
What did you say? Hidden?
This is it. My last stand. I need to think about this from a different angle. I don't need to think about why there were no bloodstains on his clothing. I need to show how he hid the wound. It's the end of the line. The final stop, Trite. Let's hear what you've got. Where's this location where you say the killer hid his wound?
Is it...
I think it is. I think it's just him. He hid it on your body. Ha! I don't know what you're talking about. And frankly, I don't need to know. What I do know is that you'll never be half the lawyer she was! Isn't that right, Trite? Well, what was that just now? Mia? It can't be. You're living on through him?
I've possessed him, yes.
Even as we speak, you're still hiding the wound. It's beneath your mask! During the fight, the red lights given off by the killer suddenly disappeared. Seconds later, the killer let out a scream. That's right, your mask went flying off your face. Mr. Goto, would you mind removing your mask? If you have a dagger wound under there somewhere, then I'd say this whole case is solved. Yeah!
Did your face just explode?
It's done that before.
It's done that before.
Yeah, that was my breakdown. Just now, I saw her spirit in you. Huh? I never liked you. 6 years ago. You helped the woman who put me to sleep by hiding her bottle of poison.
Come on, man.
And then...
That wasn't his fault.
We can talk about that later.
Oh, this is...
While I was sleeping, you let Mia die.
Also not his fault.
Let him finish his thing. But you didn't care. You just kept living your pathetic, happy-go-lucky life. You even had the nerve to follow in her footsteps as a lawyer. I could never forgive you. That's what I thought.
Mr. Goto!
But I was wrong about you. I knew it from the very beginning. The truth is, the only person I could never find it in my heart to forgive was me.
You yourself?
I was the one that failed to protect me. It's still not true. Me and no one else. I tried to avert my eyes from the truth, to escape from the harshness of reality. I just couldn't face Mia's death head on, so I ran. I hid beneath a mask. I threw away my true name. I couldn't even deal with being a defense attorney anymore, so I quit. But you saved Maya! Yeah, that was my plan. Up until just now, anyway.
Oh, you guys! What do you mean?
Are you listening, Maya? If I had really wanted to save you, then there's one person that I should have gone and talked to right away.
Pearl Faye.
Who would that be? Are you talking about Nick?
But I didn't do it. I tried to get the help of Iris and your mother, but I closed my eyes to the most important man involved. Do you know why? The real reason?
No. Why?
I suppose I wasn't really interested in saving you at all.
Huh?
I think I was just trying to salvage what's left of my own broken soul. I was trying to make up for the fact that I couldn't save Mia. Nothing more. That's why I let you walk right into a situation that I knew was dangerous. Forgive me. You're wrong! You put your life on the line to save Maya. Was it really for Maya's sake? Even I'm not really sure.
What do you mean by that?
That night, in the darkness of the garden, when I saw her silhouette, a part of me must have known the truth. The truth that it wasn't really Dahlia Hawthorne standing there in front of me. It could have been Misty Faye, or even that little girl. But I still picked up the blade. It was like I was dreaming. I'm not sure exactly what was going on in my mind at that point.
You suck.
Was I really motivated by the pure desire to protect Maya Faye? Or was it something else? Was it my hatred for a woman who had stolen everything from me 6 years earlier? Could it have been simply a desire for revenge? And now, I don't know anything anymore. I did learn something today, however. I finally realized that I was the arrogant one.
Finally.
I was just chasing an illusion, a fantasy. The stupid fantasy of defeating you in the courtroom.
Not the main thing that is the issue right now.
Listen, I'm just getting all my stuff out there, okay? You were the one who made me realize my folly. You never ran away from Mia's death. Instead, you picked up where she left off, as a true defender of the people.
Hi-ya!
In that one moment, I understood everything. Mr. Godo.
Yeah, I don't know if you understand everything, considering you're still like, well, I should have talked to Phoenix.
I think you already know this, but if you don't, my name is Diego Armando.
Mr. Armando! I believe in you. I know you were trying to save me.
Thanks. Your wound, it's bleeding. Ha! Did you forget already? In my world, the color red doesn't exist. Huh? These must be my tears.
Tears?
Ever since I woke up from my coma, I think I've been waiting for this very moment.
Mr. Armando!
You do well to remember this, Maya. The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over. Just do it.
This time, it really is all over, isn't it? Defendant. Yes, Your Honor. Although you weren't directly involved in the murder, tampering with the body and the crime scene is a serious offense in itself. I understand, Your Honor. Mr. Armando explained that to me very carefully. I knew the risk, and I willingly cooperated anyway. Very well. Before I hand down my verdict, is there anything you would like to say?
Okay, it
Well-
actually seems like it's fine now.
There is one thing.
Nope. Okay, sorry.
I'd
keep
like to
Don't jinx it.
I'd like to
No.
say something to Mr. Wright.
going. Huh?
I want to apologize to you
Apologize? To me? For what?
for the case 5 years ago.
Oh.
Of course. I just remembered. Weren't you poisoned by your own lover?
Not exactly, but yeah, something like that. Even now, 5 years later, I can hardly believe it. She was going to do it. She was planning to kill me.
It's not all that surprising. The two of you hardly knew each other.
Huh? What do you mean?
You and my sister. You only met twice.
Huh? We only met twice?
The first time you met was on that faithful day. The day she poisoned Mr. Armando in the cafeteria of this very courthouse. The next time you met her was 8 months later. You met her again on the day that she stole your cold medicine. And Doug Swallow was killed.
No way! It's just... It can't be true. I mean, during our whole relationship, we were...
For those 8 months, the woman that you thought was Dahlia Hawthorne wasn't actually my sister.
Huh? It wasn't Dahlia?
I hope one day you can forgive me, Feeny.
You mean...
That's right. I lied to you for 8 months. But why? Why would you do such a thing? Ever since she gave you the bottle that day, my sister was trying to get it back as soon as she possibly could. Because of the police investigation and their surveillance, she couldn't move about freely.
So that's why you...
My sister, from the beginning, she was prepared for the worst.
were prepared for the worst.
She thought that you might somehow discover the truth. That's why she was always ready to deal with you at a moment's notice.
You mean she was ready to kill me, don't you?
She already had so much to answer for. I didn't want any more sins on her soul. I begged her not to do it, and she agreed to give me a chance.
And that's why you came to me? You came to get the bottle pendant back from me in her place?
But I couldn't get you to give it back. I failed at something even as simple as that.
Oh,
8 months
well.
passed and I still couldn't get it back from you. Finally, my sister couldn't wait any longer. She didn't consult me about her plans for you that day. It was the first time that had ever happened.
That was a bit strange, wasn't it? Up until that day, you two were partners in crime, and she would confer with you.
I think she must have noticed.
Notice what?
My feelings for you. If I had found out she was planning to kill you, I would have done whatever was necessary to stop her. Even if it meant her life. Or mine.
Iris!
After spending those 8 months by your side, my feelings toward you, they changed.
I have something to say to you, too.
Yes?
You really are the person I always thought you were. Even after Dahlia Hawthorne was found guilty, I still believed in you.
Thank you.
See, you've cleaned yourself up good.
How many cups of darkness have I drank over the years? Even I don't know. I'll tell you though. Right now, this one here is the greatest cup I think I've ever had. Don't you think so? Phoenix, right? Yeah, I think you're right.
His mouth moves so weird. That's right.
The purpose of this trial was to rule on the murder of the victim, Elise Donium. At some point, I expect you will be tried for your role as an accomplice in this case. I understand, Your Honor. Very well. On the charge of murder, I hereby find the defendant
Not guilty! Hooray!
Court is now adjourned.
Are we back?
We've been briefly coming back and leaving again.
Yeah.
So I guess it's all over. The way everything ended. Was justice really served? The man who risked his life to save Maya is being sent to prison by my own hand. Is he?
Of course justice was served. Fuck that guy.
What? Wait, no, I'm really confused now. I thought you guys were liked each other?
I'm proud of you, Phoenix.
Okay, then never mind.
Your defense was truly brilliant.
But I couldn't save Mr. Armando, the man who cared so deeply for you.
You're wrong, Phoenix. You did save Diego. You saved him in the only way possible.
You mean with that verdict?
I think one day you'll understand too.
The verdict that Iris got?
Phoenix, I want you to remember one thing. And only the people on YouTube get to see this. Because the stream shut down. You were as good out there today as any defense attorney could ever hope to be. There's nothing more you can learn from me.
Mia.
You've accomplished something I wasn't able to. I owe you a great deal. Thank you.
Mia.
I'm sure we'll meet again. Someday. Phoenix.
I've handled lots of cases and seen lots of things. And along this journey, I've found myself asking just one question. What does it really mean to defend someone? I suppose today's case produced one possible answer.
Nick?
Maya.
I guess it's just like my sis said.
Mia? What did she say?
That night, when I channeled Mia to get her advice on what to do, this is what she wrote back in my notebook. Don't worry. Phoenix will save everyone in the end.
But...
Come on! Cut it out with that bloomy face! Can't you see? Me, sis, and I'm sure Iris too. We owe you for everything you've done for us, Nick.
Maya, how? How can you be so bright and chipper after all that's happened? You were brutally attacked. You even saw your own mother murdered. Ouch! Francisca!
Still a softie as always, Phoenix Wright. Excellent work, Wright.
Oh.
Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, when did you get back?
Oh, that's right. I guess no one filled her in on that. Edgeworth and Francisca have actually been helping me.
Helping you?
If these two hadn't been here on the first day of the trial, the defense wouldn't have gotten anywhere.
Wow. But where were you, Nick?
Oh.
I heard he fell into a river and caught a nasty cold which forced him to sleep all day.
That is what happened.
Yes, he laid in bed shivering from his fever with Iris's hood pulled over his head.
Oh, ouch! Talk about embarrassing, Nick. You definitely need more training. Anyway,
Sorry.
thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. And you too, Francisca.
I don't suppose. There's room for me in this group hug, is there?
Oh, Larry!
What's with the longer than usual face?
I realized something when I was reborn. I realized that Larry was never of any use to anyone. Not even once.
That's not true, right, Nick?
What? You're asking me?
Well, Nick, is it true? I've got a place in this world, right?
Huh? Oh, yeah, of course. You not sure?
No.
I think I know.
I knew it. Everyone would be better off if I were gone for good.
No. Oh yeah, those portraits you painted, they were really good.
Isn't that right?
Isn't that right, Edgeworth?
What? Me? Why are you making that face? Oh, Edgy. Oh, well, yes, indeed. I certainly can't say that they lack resemblance. Do you really mean it? What about you, Francie? Did I draw you well, too? Ah!
My beauty can't possibly be captured by a mere crayon. Nevertheless, I recognize the effort you put into it, and that's worth something.
So then you'll do it? Like you promised?
What?
You're going to model for my next picture book, Francie's Whippity Whip Ah!
Don't get carried away.
Well, how about that? I guess painting portraits is the only thing I'm good at. The painting of Pearl was pretty darn good too, if you ask me. Huh? Now that you mention it, I haven't seen her around.
Pearls.
She
Where could
was
she have
just
gone?
here.
Normally she would have made a beeline for Maya.
Oh, I'll go look for her. Be right back. Hey, Pearlie!
Right? You seem to be uncharacteristically puzzled. I suspect you're wondering how Maya can be so cheerful despite all that has happened.
Yeah,
To be honest, I can't understand it either.
Francisca. That's right. She lost her father fairly recently as well.
I think I understand how she feels. Maya is a much wiser person than she appears, and I think she realizes something. Now is exactly the time when she needs to be as strong as she can.
What do you mean by now is exactly the time?
Maya wasn't the only one that was badly wounded by this incident. In fact, there was someone that was hurt far more deeply than she. I believe it's for that person that Maya is trying her best not to cry.
Someone who was hurt more deeply than Maya. Edgeworth. I think I'm starting to understand too. Ow!
Then tell me, Phoenix Wright. Who is Maya Fey being strong for?
Just a person?
Yeah.
It's Bubba.
Pearl Fey.
The poor kid. After all, the reason that she worked so hard to follow the instructions was because she loved and believed in her mother, Morgan. It's for the good of the Fey clan. I'm sure she believed in every last word. She thought she was doing it for Maya. That's why she was so happy. It shows how truly devoted she is to Maya.
But it's a cruel irony that it was her exuberance that led to this tragedy. Maya Fey's mother was killed, and Maya herself was put into the deepest peril imaginable.
And that's exactly why Maya is putting on a brave face. She's doing it for Pearl's sake. Until she can see her smile again. Oh, hey! So this is where you all were. Wow, looks like we've got quite the bunch here today. Youch! What was that for, sir?
Sorry about that, Scruffy. My whip just seems to have a mind of its own.
What?
Stephanie.
What's up, Detective Gumshoe? Oh, this and that. Anyway, congrats on your win! Let's go out tonight, Belle. Dinner's on me. My salary's just sort of kind of gone down by a teeny-weeny bit, but it's all right. I made reservations at a first-class French restaurant tonight.
At some point, he's gonna be paying them to work there.
Pretty good work, Scruffy. That whip was your reward.
Detective Gumshoe? You said a first-class French restaurant.
Oh.
You don't mean très bien. Where else?
Did the chef not, get
Go to
arrested
jail?
for being a mega accomplice to a murder?
Yeah. I knew it. We're doomed. Come on, let's go, everyone. Can't keep Maggie waiting, pal.
Hey, you crybaby! Oh,
Hey, you, crybaby. You're invited too.
oh, forget about me.
Oh,
Earl and I will be at the loser's shack eating potatoes.
Maya's taking an awfully long time to get back. She's still out looking for pearls. Oh, there she is. Maya, what's wrong?
Nick, what do I do? Pearlie, I can't find her anywhere.
Huh? I'll bet she just went back home. That's all.
I thought so too, so I called the village. But no one has heard from her. This is never
I guess she would have called them and been like, hey, I'm coming back. But she wouldn't be there
It's
by
true,
now.
it's
It takes 2 hours.
This has never happened before.
As I figured. She's been badly hurt by this incident. She feels responsible for the tragedy that has befallen you, Maya.
But none of this was her fault. What should I do?
Detective Gumshoe? Yeah, what is it, Belle? Could you guys go on ahead? But what about you? Maya and I we'll join you guys once we find pearls.
Nick!
Don't worry about us, Detective Gumshoe. We may be a little late, but we'll definitely be there. We have a lot of celebrating to do tonight, and I wouldn't miss it for the world. Yeah, but you're the... Ah!
Very well, Phoenix Wright. We'll go on ahead.
Don't keep us waiting, right?
We won't.
But where should we look? Where could Pearlie have gone?
Let's go, Maya. There's only one place I can think of that pearls might have gone to.
All the way back to Hazakura Temple?
Mm-hmm.
Hazakura Temple?
For pearls, I bet this is a very important place. After all, it's where this whole incident started. What's this? You're all back again so soon?
Sister Bikini?
I thought we'd be eating mashed potatoes alone tonight.
So she's here? Pearlie is here?
She's in the training hall. Why don't you hurry along and go see her?
Okay. Pearlie's not here.
Ah, Maya, the hanging scroll.
Ah! Someone cleaned it off.
It's gotta be pearls.
Ah! Mystic Maya! Pearlie! Why did you just leave like that? Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya! I swore that I would never trouble the two of you ever again. Because it's all my fault. Mystic Maya's mother.
That's why you came here?
It's the least I could do to pray for your happiness. You don't have to do that, Pearlie. It wasn't your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. Of course I'm sad that my mother is gone, but how do I say this? I'm still happy. You don't have to lie just to make me feel better. No, really. It's true. The only reason I'm still here is all thanks to everyone who was there for me. My sis, my mother, Mr. Armando, Nick, and you. If even one of you weren't there, I'm sure I wouldn't be alive right now. That's why I have to be strong. For all the people that were there for me when I needed them. That's all I can really do. Mystic Maya!
I'm impressed. You truly are the daughter of Mystic Misty.
Sister Bikini!
Your mother, Mystic Misty, was a strong woman indeed. I want to tell you what she said to me that night.
After dishonoring the good name of Kurine, I don't have a right to face my daughter. But still, Maya is always in my thoughts. It's true. She'll always be with me, until the day I die.
Your spirit was with her. That's why your mother was so strong. Even at the end, I'm sure she had no regrets. She'll always be with me until the day I die, huh? There's a rule or something all masters are to follow, isn't there? To never take the charm off until the day you die.
That's the Master's talisman.
The thing that Misty kept by her heart and would never take off. It wasn't the container that was important. Rather, it was the contents. That's...
A photo? Ah! Mother?
It's only natural for living creatures to fight to protect their own lives. But what makes us human is that we fight for others. But who do you fight for? How hard must you fight? That's the true measure of what human life is worth. We defense attorneys are warriors who are constantly challenged by that question. Even when the battle is over and the bonds that connect us are severed, we always return, time and time again. Mia, Maya, Pearls, Mr. Armando, and Maya's mother, too. I learned that from all of them. Well, shall we get going? Everyone is waiting.
Huh?
This is a day to remember. A day when a lot of things were finally put to rest. I think we should celebrate what we've overcome today.
But I still can't...
Oh, go on, sweetie. You can come back for training anytime.
Okay. Alright, I'm going to make a brand new start too. Sister Bikini, I'll be back for more training. I promise.
I know, and I won't go easy on you just because you're the future master. I'll make sure to prepare reservations for the three of you when you get back.
Alright, we're going to have a great feast today, Pearly. You know why? Because training is a battle of endurance. Okay, Mystic Maya. I'll eat lots and lots of food tonight.
There's one thing I don't get, and I probably don't want to, but
What is it, Nick?
reservations for training is fine and all, but why for three?
Come on, what do you think? You're one of us, Nick. Next time you can train right alongside us.
Huh? I'll be waiting for you. Sister Bikini will take special care of you. Huh?
It'll be great, Nick. We're going to do the special course, naturally.
Huh?
That's a great idea. After all, Mr. Nick, you'd do anything for Mystic Maya, wouldn't you? Even walk on hot coals, right? We'll have a nice big meal before we come next time, right, Nick?
You know, I was wondering if I can say just one little thing.
Sure, of course you can. Oh, I love this part. I can't wait to hear it.
I'm getting goosebumps too. I don't know what's happening. Well then, here goes nothing. Objection! Yay! Maya.
But it's not done yet, it's credits time!
I know. Oh yeah, we gotta... Maya. Let's go to dinner and let's live our best life.
Oh, really? You have to work extra hard now. Master of Kurine and the office manager of Wright & Co. Law Offices. And I have to be a good big sister to Pearly and Nick, too. Well, as long as I'm not locked up or captured or something like that.
Yeah, hopefully that won't happen anymore.
I love this.
Tatsuro Iwamoto.
I love these credits sections.
really is Mystic Maya's knight in shining armor. He went through the special course all the way to the end. Actually, I heard there's a legendary extra special ultra course here too. I think I'll surprise the two of them by making them a secret reservation.
Shuichi Muramoto.
Thank you to everyone who made these games.
Yes! Maggie bought me a brand new coat as a present, pal. I feel 10 years younger. I'll never take it off.
Yes, but somehow you just don't seem the same. I guess a dirty, shabby old overcoat is just more detective-like, sir.
Don't worry about it. In the name of love, a man will soil himself silly. I'll go jump in the swamp.
Yay.
Kyoko Takeda, Chiaki Teramoto.
Thank you. Mr. Wright, I am once again in your debt. Thanks to you, the Treasures of Karine exhibit was a great success. I even got to see Miss Von Karma, who I hadn't seen for almost a year. She taught me how to use a whip and said that I must show you what I've learned.
That's great, Adrian. Akiko Hiramatsu, Hiroshi Nishimura.
Desi and I started a company called Mask to Mask Consulting. We're dedicated to stopping the evil plans of all the criminals in the city. Our motto is, cut it out, please! Pretty cute, huh? Well, we also sell plans to the criminals.
Wait,
It's kind
what?
of a side business. I wonder if that's okay. Sometimes I think maybe we're the worst criminals.
Hiroyuki Kudo.
Main programming.
Yeah.
Yay!
I wanted to show my appreciation to Mr. Wright for exterminating Don Tigre.
Oh, no, I didn't do
So
that.
I lent him $500,000 and a tea set, a special thick tea, one I mixed with my own 2 hands. I bet he's drinking it now. Win through compromise.
Makoto Fujimi, Takeshi Koike. Oh, God.
I'm just holding the way, a wrinkly, grumpy, crown-nosed waste of flesh. At least that's what I thought. But then my grandkids had a birthday party for me the other day. Talk about embarrassing. 69 years old and I cried like a baby.
Noriyuki Iwadare. Why is she
As usual, we have an abundance of work to do. We've hired a new programmer to replace Glen Elg. I do hope everyone will get along. His name is Adamada. As soon as I heard his name, I knew our brain circuits would align perfectly.
Akemi Kimura. My, more reporters? Since the murder, we've made so much money, I hardly know what to do. I think the magazines like us because I provide such a nice visual. I can hardly wait for Iris to come back. From jail. Masahiro Okamoto, Katsumi Madenaga. Special thanks, Kumiko Suekane.
That was also special thanks for the other one.
Fuck.
You've turned into such a respectable man, Feeny. It was so sweet of you and everyone else to come and visit me here the other day. Of course, I was happy that you constantly had your eyes on me, but I felt kind of bad when the little one slapped you so hard you got a nosebleed.
Yeah, she still doesn't understand.
Sam Riegel, Phoenix Wright.
Yep.
Miles Edgeworth, Sean King. Mia Fey, Christina Catano. Godo, James C. Wilson. Francisca Von Karma, Janet Sue.
Oh, she did a lot of the localization.
Winston Payne, David Crislip. What's
What's this? I'm back from a long and tiring vacation and no one is here to greet me. I guess while I was gone, my little whippersnapper buddy quit and now I've got no one. And what kind of lonely, crazy security room is this supposed to be anyway? What with all the flashing lights and switches, I feel like some sort of space alien. And now what am I going to do with all these macadamia nuts I brought back for ever bringing the word edgy boy? I can't accept these upgrades or something that's so painful, this fragile heart. Oh, well, I've ruined the gentleman who treat me like a refined lady.
Atsushi Inaba.
I finally found something I love to do. Franzie's whippity whip trip is gonna turn the art world on its head. I should have realized it sooner. Self-centered, lazy, antisocial. I'm an artist, a really good portrait artist. I'm not a loser after all.
Oh god, do you remember when you thought you would make it to Rocky Horror?
Oh yeah, no, I'm not making it to Rocky Horror.
Yeah, 2 hours ago. Yay!
He's a really good portrait artist. Is this why everyone thinks Goto's dead?
Yeah.
It's because he's with the dead people.
It's not everyone, but yeah, some people do. And yeah, that's one of the things. One of the reasons.
A lawyer only cries
We
once
got
it's all over.
achievements.
Well, there you have it. That's the entire trilogy. We've finished it.
Oh my god, we did.
I'm going to make sure I upload these to the YouTube channel under the same name, Eaglet's Cosplay Closet, and also all the other ones that I forgot to upload if you want to watch any of those. But what's most important is this April 20th, we're going to be starting Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. In 2026!
Yeah!
This year is when it takes place! There are some things uploaded there already, but there are some that I forgot to upload, and
we
there's quite a bit.
switched to Twitch
Yeah,
after
we were streaming
Turnabout
on
Memories.
YouTube. We were streaming on YouTube at one point, and then we switched over to Twitch. And all the ones that we've done since I switched over to Twitch, I haven't uploaded there yet. But I will do that. I will try to remember to do that.
Anyway.
In between now and April. I'm so excited!
Also, I don't know about you, I'm a freak who loves the second trilogy, so...
Oh, buddy. Oh, baby, I love me some Apollo Justice.
I kind of almost didn't even get into Ace Attorney until Apollo Justice.
That's true. Mari was not nearly as much into Ace Attorney until Apollo Justice.
Yeah, the Gavin brothers did something to me.
The Gavin brothers did something to all of us.
Yeah. But yeah, I will...
I remember I was thinking about recently, this one time I told my therapist, I was like, yeah, I'm not attracted to men. If there's one man, it's Clavier Gavin. And I don't even headcanon him as a man anymore. And at that time I was like, well, I'm not sure if he's a man.
Oh yeah. I know, yeah. Actually, Spirit of Justice is my favorite game. And... you can think that opinion is wrong.
Yeah.
The original trilogy obviously is amazing, and like you almost can't even compare. Like
you can't. Yeah, there's a distinct vibe difference between the first and second trilogy, in my opinion. But that also just might be because of like nostalgia and experience of like. I also say that as a man. I'm a secret man. No one can tell under my Maya guard.
Yeah.
Spirit of Justice is really good.
So my favorite like character dynamics are pretty much always familial ones, and yeah, that one there is so much there.
But yeah, this game, I have a lot of opinions about Trials and Tribulations.
I think it's a little overrated, but I do still really love it. And I had a really fun time playing it, and I love this case. Yeah. It's such a good case.
So good!
Despite the fact that it all could have been prevented if Goto just talked to one of like 3 people or got rid of that.
We still haven't.
Oh my god, yeah, we still haven't played Greatest Attorney. Maybe in a few years when we're done with all of the second trilogy, we might play that one.
We could also play at least one of the games in between Apologistus and Dual Destiny.
Yeah, there's a lot of time in between there.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe we'll do that then, or like, I
don't know.
We'll see.
We're bad about saying, oh, we should start just streaming every week or something, and then not doing it. Oh, well, God. It disconnected. We're done anyway.
We're done with the stream. Thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely.
I'm glad we have some people to I don't know, that are enjoying us doing this.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for being here. I love you all. Have a wonderful time. I hope you're all, in a good place in your lives, and you're safe, and you've got everything settled. I wish you all the very, very best. And we'll see you in April. Bye!
We'll have to say goodbye to the suit.
Yeah, you're gonna be in a little hoodie.
I am crocheting a beanie.
Yeah.
You'll see it in April.
All right.
That's my promise. Bye-bye.
Bye!